Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Hub back in another video today, and today the Houston Rockets lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves 111-90. A blowout loss for the Rockets today, and this is one of those losses as a Rockets fan I want to move on from and get on to the next one on Tuesday when the Rockets face the Indiana Pacers. Tough game for the Rockets. I can't say I'm surprised. This is, one of those games where I expected the Rockets to go out there and try their best to go get a win tonight, but against a tough team like the Timberwolves, a tough team who play great defense, one of the best, if not the best defensive team, but if not one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, probably the best. And on the road where the Rockets play terrible, it's like a different team. It's like a switch goes off with this team and things just change. It's this young team. These young guys just can't get it together when they're playing on the road. And I think they've only won 4 or 5 games on the road this year, and they've felt like a really strong team when playing at home. But just on the road, it's not been it this year. And this was coming off a game against Toronto where blew them through the water, beat them by 30-something. And then the next game, we get blown out by the Timberwolves. I mean, I was impressed with the way the Rockets kept close in this game, only down 4 at halftime. I thought they did a really good job going into halftime, but a really great third quarter for the Timberwolves. A great third quarter for Anthony Edwards. Had 32 points in the game, but I believe he had like 17 or 20 points in that third quarter. When he gets hot like that, when he's feeling the rhythm like that, he made, I think, 3 threes in that third quarter. When he is in that rhythm, it is unstoppable. And the way the Timberwolves play, not only offensively, but defensively in that third quarter, not surprised at all the Rockets lost this game. And they actually, there were a couple times they tried to fight back, try to get it to a closer game. I think they brought it back to 12 after the Timberwolves made a big run. Just couldn't do it. And it's a tough loss, but I'm hoping the Rockets, even though they are terrible on the road, can maybe try to bounce back on Tuesday against the Pacers. Sure, the Pacers are a good team. They're great offensively, which will be a challenge for the Rockets on Tuesday, but the Pacers are also a weak team defensively, which could be a good thing for the Rockets. I think Tuesday's game against the Pacers will be a high-scoring game, but the Rockets, last time against the Pacers, we lost in Houston, but it was a really good game, really high-scoring game. And Rockets, a couple of mistakes that honestly should have won that game against the Pacers when they played earlier in the month, earlier in January in Houston. I think that, or maybe it was late December. It was either late December, early January, but I really think that Tuesday will be a better game and a great game for the Rockets going against the Pacers. But let's get into some stats for this game. There's really not a lot to talk about. I mean, they lose 111-90. Sengun, he wasn't bad tonight. Only played 31 minutes, 7 for 14, 1 for 1 from 3, 0 for 2 at the free throw line, 15 points, 10 rebounds. Only had 1 assist, though, 1 steal. I mean, I think one of the reasons why Sengun's assists were low tonight is because everybody else was shooting terrible. I mean, Cam did have 14 points, but shot 4 for 13. And then Thompson shot 2 for 7. Jalen shot 3 for 15. I don't even want to talk about that. Van Vliet shot 4 for 11. Dylan shot 2 for 7. Jabari shot 1 for 4. So I've talked about the Rockets, how they need to, before the Thursday trade deadline, which is this week, in a couple of days, they need to acquire some shooting to build around shooting around Alperen Sengun. And some of you guys that have commented, about about my opinion about potentially trading for Mikal Bridges, saying that the Rockets 100% should not go after Mikal Bridges. I would give up Jalen Green in an instant to, get Mikal Bridges. Jalen Green, look at the way he shoots. He's so inefficient. I know Jalen Green had a great stretch of games where he was playing great basketball, but it's the couple games that we've seen from like his game against Toronto the other night and the game tonight, 3 for 15, 0 for 5 from 3. He is shooting terrible from 3, and I think we need to build good three-point shooters around Alperen Sengun. You're one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the NBA, and when Jalen is just so inefficient, And look at a guy like Mikal Bridges, who's a better defender. Jalen is a liability on the defensive end. Bridges is 100% not a liability and is a great defender. He's a good three-point shooter. I think we need to add in better three-point shooting to help with Alperen Sengun. I think you build better three-point shooters around Alperen Sengun, and I think he's a more dangerous player. Look at the way this team shot tonight. That's why Sengun only had 1 assist, because this team was playing awful. They were shooting awful. Shot 10. All right, let's go outside of Alperen Sengun's 1 3-pointer made and 1 3-pointer attempt. The team outside of Sengun shot 9 for 29 from 3 tonight. The team together shot 33.3%, which is a little bit over average for a normal team. But the Rockets also bottom 5 in 3-point percentage. I'm sure the percentage, if you take away Sengun's 1 make, is probably about 29 or 30%, just off of guessing, not knowing the actual numbers. So I think we need to have a better 3-point shooting team around Sengun. And I watched the Nuggets game tonight. It got so bad in the fourth quarter, I turned the game off, and I started watching the Nuggets Blazers game, and I watched how good the Nuggets shot from 3 in that game, and watching Nikola Jokic. And I want Sengun to improve his game, and I think he has the potential. I'm not going to say he has the potential to be as good or better than Jokic, but I think if the right tools are built around him, he can eventually maybe reach that kind of level, maybe the near superstar level. And this team needs to have way better 3-point shooters for that to happen. And this team, the way they shoot from 3, it's not going to happen. And Jalen, I think, is one of the most weakest parts when it comes for the Rockets shooting, because not only is he a terrible 3-point shooter, look at what he did 0 for 5 for tonight, but also he's a terrible catch-and-shoot 3-point shooter. I think we need to build good catch-and-shoot 3-pointers around, good catch-and-shoot guys around Sengun, which Bridges is an excellent catch-and-shoot 3-point shooter, an excellent 3-point shooter in general. Jalen is not. And I think Bridges is an all-around player, a better all-around player. And I really think the only thing that would be stopping me from I think the only thing that would be stopping the Rockets from trading for Bridges, I don't think Jalen's the problem. I think giving up all those draft picks that we got from the Nets in the first place in the Harden trade would be the holdup for the Rockets. And if it was me in that position, potentially making the trade for the Rockets, not that I'll ever get in that position, but if it was me in that situation, my problem wouldn't be trading away Jalen Green. The problem would be giving up all those first-round picks, those assets you got for James Harden. Would that be worth it? I think Jalen Green, that's not a problem. I think getting rid of him with as good as the upside as there is upside for Jalen Green, I just don't think that would be a problem for Rafael Stone or the Rockets in a trade for potentially trading for Mikal Bridges. I'm not saying the Rockets should go do it and go trade for Mikal Bridges and get rid of Jalen Green and the draft picks, but watching with the way this the way this team shot from 3 tonight and the way this team shot around Alperen Sengun, it makes me think Bridges wouldn't be a bad trade in the first place. But let's go over some of the rest of the stats. Went over Sengun with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Van Vliet had 11 points and 2 steals, 4 blocks. Hey, it's another game where Van Vliet's blocks are really high. Remember when we who was it that we beat the crap out of? Was it Detroit on the road, or was it somebody else? I can't remember who we went into there. I think it was Detroit. It might have been Detroit. Oh, no, it was Charlotte. We beat the crap out of Charlotte, won by like 30 or something. And when we destroyed Charlotte, I think Van Vliet had 6 blocks, maybe it was. And it completely shocked me. After knowing what he did in that Charlotte game, this doesn't really surprise me. But it's impressive for a 6'1", whatever he is, point guard to get 4 blocks in a game. And then, go back to a couple weeks ago in Charlotte where he had 6. I think that's actually kind of impressive for Van Vliet, but still a little bit of a bad shooting night for Van Vliet. Shot 4 for 11, but hey, looking at the rest of the team, for the way the rest of the team shot tonight, Van Vliet's 4 for 11 with looking at guys like Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks and Cam Whitmore. I'm not too mad about Cam, but Some of the other guys, the way they shot, Van Vliet, not that bad. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. That's kind of low for Van Vliet. 2 steals and 4 blocks. Great performance defensively from Fred Van Vliet, and I thought he actually played a really solid game today. 8 points for Jalen Green. He did have 7 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 for 15, 0 for 5 from 3. 7 points for Dylan Brooks, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds, 2 for 7, 1 for 3 from 3. 3 points for Jabari Smith Jr., 2 rebounds. He kind of struggled, but at the same time only played 19 minutes and only took 4 shots, 1 for 4, 1 for 2 from 3. So not going to really... And the reason why he didn't play a lot of minutes is because he got in foul trouble with 5 personal fouls. So not going to really judge Jabari with low minutes because he got in foul trouble and only took 4 shots, even though he shot 1 for 4. Cam looked good, but at the same time, 14 points, that's good. 4 for 13 shooting, 3 for 8 from 3. Not bad at all, actually. That's actually a bright spot for the Rockets when you look at the way the rest of the team shot from 3. Whitmore shot near 50% from 3, so that's actually really impressive for Whitmore. 3 for 6 at the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. The 4 for 13 is the only thing that would be upsetting, but that's not terrible, especially for a rookie. If you want to go over the rest of the bench scoring, 4 points for Jeff Green, 2 rebounds, 4 points for Jermaine Samuels, who got some minutes at the end of the game, 4 minutes at the end. 8 points for Amin Thompson with 7 rebounds. That's really good. 2 assists in 20 minutes as well. Did shoot 2 for 7, but he is also coming off a very good game against the Toronto Raptors. So a really good efficient game against the Toronto Raptors. Reggie Bullock got some time at the end of the game with 5 minutes. Didn't do much, only had 3 rebounds. Didn't take any shots, though. Jayshawn Tate played 10 minutes in this one with 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 for 3 shooting. Hey, Tuesday night could be his last game as a Rocket. There were multiple guys that checked in this game that could have their last game as a Houston Rocket on Tuesday night against the Indiana Pacers. You're looking at guys like Jalen Green, Jeff Green, both Greens, Reggie Bullock Jr., Jayshawn Tate, Jock Landale, that's even if he plays, and Aaron Holiday. There maybe another guy that could, or 2 that could be traded. And Boban Marjanovic did not play in this game. It was the coach's decision, which is surprising that Boban did not check in this game because it was a blowout. Timberwolves scoring real quick. Anthony Edwards was great in this game. Phenomenal in the third quarter, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 11 for 22, shooting 4 for 8 from 3. 17 points and 13 rebounds with 4 blocks for Gobert. Great game for him. 7 for 9 shooting. 14 points with 10 rebounds for Karl Anthony Towns as well. And the Timberwolves also had another player in double figures, and that was 13 points for Naz Reid off the bench with 6 rebounds and 2 blocks. Timberwolves tonight had a total of 11 blocks and 6 steals. So they are very powerful in the defensive end and really good when playing at home. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.